What is up, guys? This is Comic Hour, and we're reviewing Fall of the House of X issue number 4. Do me a quick favor and subscribe. Now, if you need to get caught up on issue number 3, there's a link here above. Click that link, it will send you right there. Now, The Fall of the House of X, issue number 4, is by Duncan, Wernick, Morales, and Valenza. We start the issue here basically with Apocalypse, and he's on Earth, and as you know, he's there fighting the Sentinels, and he says here in big, no mercy. He's got a group of mutants, and they're there to do damage. They basically go there, and they see the Sentinels trying to break Krakoa, the island, and there's a huge sword here that slashes over a Sentinels, and it is Apocalypse. And he says here, machines, the weapon of cowards. And he goes there and fights, pulls the head off, and he's doing a lot of damage. And he's looking at Krakoa here, and he says they let you starve while they play both sides or hide in mansions or scurry about like rats in tunnels. Now you are dying. You need blood. I refuse to let that happen. As you know, the island of Krakoa feeds on mutants' blood in order to survive. And here, Apocalypse, cut himself and fed Krakoa his own blood. Now, we go back where, a scene where Cyclops was fighting Nimrod in the last issue, and he's about to die, and he's saying, Emma, if I don't make it back, and Magic comes, and she teleports him to safety, because Nimrod is about to destroy everything, and as you know, Nimrod is basically the main Sentinels. He's like an AI Sentinels that is on a mission to be a Dominion, which is a god. He's processing all the information in order to gain God power, God abilities, a Dominion. And as you know, Nimrod was made from the organization called Orchis, an anti-mutant organization, and basically, Nimrod is there, and he's he could be in multiple places, there's several of them, and he gets interrupted by the other Sentinels, who's telling her that Charles Xavier has joined us, and he wants to talk to you, and you should hear it. And basically, Charles Xavier here, he's trying to make a deal with Nimrod, saying that, leave my mutants alone. Krakoa was our dream, and you can do whatever you want with the humans or with whoever. You can have a state of Sentinels, where a city of Sentinels, wherever you want to be, just leave us be, And he's trying to gain that trust. He's trying to make a deal with Nimrods. So he's making a deal with basically the enemy, the devils. Now we switch back into Apocalypse here, and basically he's looking for blood. He needs to feed Krakoa bloods, and mutants are volunteering, like this guy here. He says, we are mutant and proud. Those of you who can fly, take to the air. Let no man interfere with our ritual. And Apocalypse is like, shall we begin? And basically, he goes there, and it's like an execution. Apocalypse says here, I witness you mutant, come warrior, and he goes there, and basically Apocalypse just kills him a glorious death. That's what he says here. And the blood gets fed into Krakoa for him to survive, and Apocalypse here is saying, who's next? And there's this Groot type of mutant that comes up, and his name is Wrongslide, and he says here, I have not lived long, but I am mutant energy, maybe enough to save this beautiful place by myself without losing another life. Will the magic work for me? So he's sacrificing his whole self to for mutant cause. And Apocalypse here is saying, I see you, Wrongslide. You and I are joining a duel to the death for this broken land. And they go at it, this is a duel to the death. Now, we go back where Cyclops is, which is above the earth in safety. And basically, Xavier here, he's contacting Cyclops, and he says, Cyclops, we must talk, old friend. And basically Cyclops is like, Charles, Xavier is like, Scott, this will be difficult for you. And Cyclops is already, he kind of already knows. He's like, are you with Orchis right now? It's not what you, Scott, please. That's what Charles is saying. Hard choices have to be made. I need latitude. I've made a deal. And Cyclops is like, we could have won. You cut a back room deal again, and we all just have to live with it. So you decide who lives and dies. Cut to the end, Charles. Who gets to live? Who's dying? Anybody I know? Anybody I love? He's against the deal, and he doesn't understand. And in order, for Charles to gain the trust of the Nimrod of Orchis, he basically takes over a human mind inside a human ship, and what he does is that he presses the button, that blows up the airplane, the aircraft. No more humans. That's what it says here, and basically he's blowing the aircraft to validate his trust, for Nimrod to believe him. Now, Cyclops is like, damn you, stay out of my head. And it didn't have to be this way. And he's pissed. He's like, gather the troops. We're going to Sentinel City, and we're going to attack. Emma, you're staying here. If we don't come back, you'll still be here to face Charles, And, basically she stays there, and everybody is going to war. Now, we cut back to Apocalypse here, and Apocalypse is still fighting Wrong Slide, They're still fighting. Wrong Slide is like, you're holding back, and he's not, and they're fighting, and, Apocalypse gets the best of him now. You fought well, Wrong Slide. And Wrong Slide says, I have one last wish. Speak it so it may be true. That's what Apocalypse is saying. If you see Sento, if you see Rock Slide, again, tell him for me. It was so good to be for a while. Because as you know, he did not live a long life, Now, the ship of Cyclops, falls all, above the ship of Sentinel City here. And basically, we turn back into Apocalypse, and he kills Wrong Slide. And, the Krakoa here is surviving. He's getting back into his feet. And we cut back to Cyclops, and they're fighting Nimrod. And this is like a suicide mission, because Nimrod is the most powerful Sentinel there is, and he's beating all of them. He's zapping them with his power on his chest. He's beating Cyclops. And after he's done, he's just like, I must dedicate more thoughts to this. Are there places yet undiscovered where I can keep killing? What am I when the task is accomplished? So he doesn't even know. He's an AI, and he's like, I need to gather more power, more informations. And now that the task is done, is there any other task I could do, And basically, the Sentinels here is telling him that there's a storm coming, and it's not coming from the sun. It's coming from the earth. And that is the last page here. We see Storm that's, coming back, obviously, on a different comic book here. She resurrected Magneto, and Magneto is back, but Storm comes back, and she's more powerful than ever. She's gained, new power. She's more energetic, I guess, and she's there, and she's coming to attack. And that is the end of this issue, guys. It was a great issue, lots of actions, and Charles Xavier made the deal with the devil, and hopefully we get a conclusion on this to see what's going on in his head. So far we don't know. He's just trying to save mutants, and we'll see where it goes. But thank you for subscribing, and just so you know, I do have a Patreon. I just started the page. It's only $3 a month. Make sure you sign up if you want extra content. Otherwise, I will catch you guys later. Peace out.